Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the continuation of Ixion here on Your Professional Walkthroughs channel. So in the previous episode, we were able to get to the new sector, and therefore we're gonna have to start doing stuff. And I have no idea what's waiting for us, because I'm for the first time ever here, so I am really interested. A sector has converted to Cult of the Hall. This has had a positive impact on the morale of the crew. The converts are waiting to hear your opinion on their worship. Sacrificing the Tiquin and its facilities does not directly violate the Dolos directive. Embrace the writing of whatever. The Tiquin is a body, the hull is its skin, we are its blood. Yeah, let's not have some weird cults in here. Okay, what is the next thing? Due to the continued indifference and problems of Tiquin crew, riots have broken out in the station. Okay, so I'm guessing we're gonna have some issues, and we're gonna have to start assembling a solar panel sooner than later, because obvious reasons. We are gonna require additional juice. So let's take a look at the system. So currently, the Destroyed Command Center will provide us with 35 points of science, so we will be able to do additional research. And I absolutely hate this, because the entire district is in the stormy conditions, which are the conditions which are responsible for destruction of your ships. So I'm not exactly sure what we're going to be able to find here, but there seems to be like multiple points of interest. So let's start probing the sector. Okay, so summary of intelligence of the Etamaki Command Center. Initial reports indicate that we have found the wreckage of the Etamaki Command Center. The UN ship appears to have been attacked. Transmission from the Copernicus team. Although the command center of the Etamaki is heavily armored, the structure has suffered terrible bombardment. It appears as if something sliced through the larger superstructure of the Etamaki. This must have dislodged the center and separated it from the rest of the ship. Numerous pieces of debris and corpses float around the ruin. We have located a breach within the armor plating that should allow us to get inside. So let's try to enter the command center. That's gonna postpone us getting some additional science points, but we are gonna be able to maybe run some additional research here in the meantime. Let's see what is potentially accessible to us. Infirmary. We can move the ship faster. We have the fact that they are able to endure longer in the more difficult environment. We can increase the production. I don't really want to burn through all my polymers super fast. Construction speed is increased by 10%. Spaceship construction is increased by 10%. We're gonna see about that. Anti-annihilus conditioning reduces training time. No. Let's see. What can we potentially get and where? I can get the fire station, the mushroom wall, and the legislative center. I think I'll go with the fire center. I'm not really sure how effective that is, since we have the actual workshop here. Seems like the stability is currently suffering in the third sector, so we're gonna have to do something in order to address it. Problem is the options which we are currently given aren't that great. How's our housing situation? We can house 104. I really need to do something for the happiness, so I'll be forced to use these. Yeah, that was kind of weird. If I build you here, I will not be able to cram you over here, so that's not gonna work out. So I'll have to think of something. This path should allow me to construct those large buildings in there, so we should be a-okay. They should help out with the current status of our managed resources. Okay, I want to make sure that we are not shipping stuff to here. Because what I will need to do is set up the Eve airlock, put in here a shipyard, and also a foundry. So the destroyed command center, the frozen rooms through which the Copernicus team have had to navigate are from a nightmare. Projectile damage covers most surface, and there are signs of electrical fires having ranged throughout the corridors. This is not to discount the ever-present grim sight of severed corpses. Upon entering the bridge, the team discovered the bodies of the command-in-chief and other officers. It appears they took their own lives. We must retrieve the Remus data. The Tiquin should be kept in close proximity to the command center. This will allow the Copernicus team to use the station's power via the retractable telescopic pole and access the center terminals. Okay, so let's do that. After that, we're gonna take a look at the reactor wreckage. Let's see if there is some high concentration of iron so we can start mining that, because currently we have absolutely no iron. So the alloys which we do have in our inventory, pledge to turn on every cryonic center in sector for 30 cycles. Jesus Christ, let them rest right now. I cannot go bananas because our food situation in this sector is already kind of iffy. I'm gonna have to ship out food as is to sector 1. Once that has been done, we're gonna be able to sustain this location a little bit longer while I figure something out. The debris field enters mostly composed of corpses. Okay, so it's negative effect on us. Corpse field. The station is surrounded by floating corpses. The crew's morale will be affected.
The team has completed a task.
Maintenance is the fire station, and the fire station can be only probably attached to the walls. Awesome. Really don't like that as a potential attack. And potentially I can put it over here, but right now there's no need for that. Damn it, I could have... You know what? Let's disassemble this, move it one tile further, put in a battery, and then a road. And then put in the morale location. Stability. Let's put in this. And I'm gonna need to start gathering that iron. Okay, so iron is priority for all of our ships right now. Let's keep probing outside of the... Okay, there's ice. I really did not need ice, so I misclicked, but you have to be careful because this is how you can run out of polymers. So, Administrator, the Remus coordinates aren't here. As you know, wall coordinates are incredibly complex algorithms that require advanced tech. for their storage and application. We did identify a storage area within the command center, such as equipment perhaps including the stolen from the Protagoras should have been held. It has been ripped away, shorn by cutting lasers and Tiquin. There is some small hope. A single damage calculator terminal was found. Power supplies from the Tiquin has allowed us to access it. It appears that in the Etemaki's final moments, while they attempted to address the colossal damage done to their ship, the crew were able to identify and record a self-similar signature to the attacker as it withdrew. Perhaps they hoped that later mount some sort of pursuit to recover the stolen coordinates of Remus. We are now in possession of that signature. It belongs to the Piranesi, a ship of the Black Market Society. This is where our hope fades. The new officer logs have found the details. The attack are terrifying. It seems highly likely that the coordinates of Remus are now on board of Piranesi. Having processed the data we have found within the center and thanks all recordings now in active distress signal, we have been able to locate other parts of the Etemaki which have drifted across the system. Okay, investigating further into Piranesi's attack. Well, let's see how that's gonna work out. And once we get a probe, we're gonna continue.
A probe has completed its scan.
So that's ice. I don't really care about ice right now. I need a probe. Starting to think maybe the faster assembly is gonna be beneficial. That's the Eve's airlock. Where is it? Probe launcher. Let's get it done. We're gonna have to probably increase even the speed at which other things are constructed, such as the solar panels and whatnot. Okay, so as Etemaki paused in the cross system, it was surprised and attacked by the Piranesi. Report indicate colossal casualties. The UN crew was able to find a flaw in the Piranesi defense system and managed to mount a boarding assault. The Piranesi responded by firing its main weapon before fleeing the system. The last survivors of the attack who could not enter cryonic pods either died from the cold or slowly asphyxiated in the days that followed. Determine the Etemaki's previous mission objective. Let's do that. After that, we'll be able to get the science points. Okay, there is some sort of science thing which we need to find, so let's go and do as much of it as we can. I really don't want to be sending my ships into the storm unless I have to. What I'm absolutely terrified is the fact that we might have to send in Tiquin, and because these stormy clouds are what can destroy your ships, I'm really not looking forward to that as a potential project. Oh, because it's just gonna be a nightmare to maintain the ship's hull. Okay, industrial zone wreckage. Nice. We're gonna be getting results soon. There's plenty of iron in here, so the ships should have...
Ship team.
Holy fudge, look at it. 500 something is still being mined out. 200 is just to be collected. This one is 298, so quite a lot of resources. Let's see, summary of intelligence on the Etemaki. By powering the command center, the Copernicus team was able to extract and analyze core mission data. The Etemaki was a UN ship initially launched to find another exoplanets. Early data logs from their voyage indicate a glaring lack of preparation to accomplish such a task. In the absence of habitable exoplanet, they seem to have concentrated on the search for that UN had designed as enemies of humanity, Dolos and the Ashtangites. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Ashtangites? Oh my god, that's horrible. Ashtangites. Okay. By boarding the Protagoras, the Etemaki was able to locate Remus. So many names. I'm so confused. Let's see. Science. Solar panels. Nothing. Gateways. Nothing. Tech lab. Nothing.
Administrator, we have found the Tiquin Piranesi's signature stored in the nypw's destroyed command center. It is a ship unlike a sector is being like any other in our records. A formidable opponent, now in possession of the Remus coordinates.
Great. Please don't tell me I'm gonna have to fight another ship. Holy crap.
Is inevitable. We have no other choice but to confront the Piranesi. Before we leave the system, we must find a way to develop an effective countermeasure strategy.
You know what would be nice? If I would actually find me some carbon. Because eventually we're gonna start running low. And if I keep running low on polymers, that's gonna be really bad for us. So let's see. Ice would be also quite nice. Seems to be a rich deposit of resources over here. We still haven't even extracted all of the iron in this region.
Has completed its scan.
So what we need to do, therefore, is start shipping in huge amounts of alloys in order for us to increase the amount of things here. So Eve airlock, we're gonna start off with the docking bay, then we're gonna go with the Eve airlock and the stability. Crap, cannot fit it in. Not good, not good. Food is holding steadily. Once we get our big harvest from this location, we'll be fine. So this region is somewhat being kept alive, but it's all over the place depending on how fast the crop yields are produced and how much water we still have left behind. We have 0 ice. That's not great. How's the alloy? Okay, so the alloys are being shipped over so that we're gonna be able to essentially construct this. I'm gonna definitely go with probably just for now 2 cargo ships in order to start bringing in the resources. Industrial zone wreckage. Let's move towards that in order to find out what's going on. There's still some carbon to be found. I really don't like the fact that these probes aren't capable of like scanning all these clusters of resources. Really annoying. Iron is priority. You know what? We actually don't need carbon over here, so iron, carbon are priority. Carbon we're only processing in the first sector. It seems like the 2 mining ships are gonna go back home. So Etemaki industrial zone scan reports can have detected large quantities of steel around what appears to be wreckage of the Etemaki's industrial zone. Transmission from the Copernicus team. We have arrived at the ruined industrial zone. The view is intriguing. In addition to the general debris and bodies that float everywhere, there are large piles of previously molten metals that have been solidified when the area was exposed to the vacuum of space. The zone has been ripped open and much of the interior appears to have been blown away. The structural tear extends into a storage area full of suspended yellow particles. Explore the industrial zone, investigate the storage area, look for the source of the yellow particles. We can start off from the top. Maybe it will let me do all 3 things. Hard to tell at this point. Okay, so what do we need? We need a cargo ship number 1. Number 2. What we will require afterwards is going to be... What we're gonna require afterwards is going to be how's our alloy production?
A science ship team has completed a task.
We're gonna have to keep shipping alloy in here until we're able to actually start receiving it. The Eve airlock is gonna be responsible for additional maintenance. So hopefully we're going to be able to repair the hull's integrity because that can have negative effect on the people. I want to see if there's something which we can do in order to buff the effectiveness. One stability to sector that has Marduk Memorial. I cannot research none of this. That's not good. So we have plenty of iron, so it's just a question of the smelting. Can we do something with the steel mill? 13-hour iron, 10 iron, power cost reduction. Nothing for the polymers or anything else. We are sitting on quite a large amount of science points. Seems like the tech is being unlocked, so let's start going for the fungal growth with the recycling. Okay, so what we require is storage for iron. Factories will require a steel mill. I would also like to get a fusion station. It takes up the same amount of space. We can cram in some batteries in here. Once we get the ice, I'm gonna have to get a mining ship. This is gonna be like this. You know what? You don't need to mine silicon actually in here. You're gonna have to mine silicon in here since you are avoiding this. And over here, what we will require is also iron. We're gonna have to have a dedicated storage compartment for the iron, for the ice, and for something else. I'm quite sure of it. Just have to start shipping in all these things. How's our alloy? We're gonna have to keep an eye out on the energy as well. So this should be moving in. Food in this sector is going down, which I'm not happy about. We're gonna have to do something about this.
An accident has occurred in the Tiquin.
Okay, so the third mining ship, right? Why isn't it done? It should be done. Okay, industrial wreckage. Investigate the storage area now. Okay, there's something, quite a large amount of silicon, but we're gonna have to find the other resource as well. Something science related. Maybe there's gonna be like a planet or something, who knows. And then we're gonna have to start going inside here, and I'm not really happy about that. This thing has 301, so that's equal to like 10 electronics or something like that. So quite nice. Where do you guys hide, huh? Hydrogen, there's carbon and iron. Why don't I have that third mining ship on display? Because we are not shipping in polymers, that's why. Once the polymers are in, it's gonna get fixed.
A probe has completed its
let's switch this to iron so that we can start processing things. I did not think this through. I kind of screwed up here. Damn it. I need a storage for alloys, so this will have to be somehow mixed in for now. Really have to receive those alloys. The mushrooms cannot grow over here, and I will do the big farm in here anyhow. Okay, so I'm gonna deactivate the Eve airlock in order for it to shut down this. So the maintenance should be running, but from other regions. I really need the stupid alloys. So what's happening there? We need to have the steel mill running. We do have alloys, so I'm not really sure what the hell is going on. Let's switch this to iron storage so that this gets unloaded. Sector 2 is suffering with food shortages? What? You guys are being fed. What the hell are you talking about? I'm slightly confused here. This makes zero sense because we do have food. It would make more sense for this location to be starving. I'm gonna do this as the final research for now. And hopefully that will allow me to start doing more upgrades. Do we have the third mining ship? Awesome. So what we need is this. And what I will require is the iron. How are we starving in here? I don't get it. You guys have food. This is pissing me off slightly. Put this on high priority, please. I don't understand this thing with the hunger. And now it's hunger in Sector 1. That makes slightly more sense. Okay, let's do this. Sector 3, food.
An accident has occurred in the Tiquin.
Turn off this. Put higher priority on this. Okay, hold on. Sector 2 cannot be shipping food. This is gonna help balance out the situation for a while. Okay, so Zone Wreckage has 97 alloys, 2 electronics, 188 cryopods. Look for source of yellow particles. We're gonna have still quite a lot of science points to go through in there. And probably it would be beneficial for me to start processing the resources in some other sector as well. You two are gonna set up silicon as a priority as well in order for us to maintain production of electronics. Sector 3 had an accident and we need to do something with the happiness. Still missing this. Come on, fellas. Get this operational. We get the steel mill up and running, we will have the processing capabilities. And then we can start dealing with the ice.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Legislative Strengthening Center provides suitability whilst the stability of a sector is below. Okay. Below what? And I want to keep this for the farm. But for that we require a couple of things first. Which is why I'm not going crazy by building anything additional. We can select this as high priority in order for me to store alloy. Hull's integrity is slightly holding steadily. Let's see, now that we have all of this, drone bay, construction and stored drones. Drones can be used to quickly transfer up to 10 units of resource at a time between sectors. Interesting. Train station speeds up crew transfer. Water treatment center uses 50 waste per cycle to fulfill all water needs in sector. Nuclear power plant transforms 1 hydrogen into 10 power cycles. Wow. There's a question mark, so we're gonna have to extract something. Health center. Capacity to heal up to 100 injured crew members simultaneously. The center can accommodate injured crew members from other sectors connected by train station. Hull temple provides 1 stability while the call of the hull is propagating in a sector. I kind of annihilated that. Exo fighting dome provides 2 stability in sector. The bonus can be expanded to each sector connected via train station. Observatory provides 1 stability to sector. Algae farm allows the sector to create automatic harvesting up to 4 algae plantations using a moderate amount of water to produce a large amount of food. That sounds really cool. But now I'm kind of interested to see, to accommodate 40% more crew members for a meal. Food production speed is increased by that much. Crop farms produce 30% more. What? Why would you want to produce more waste? I want to increase the food production. Food production speed is increased. We're gonna also go into the insect farms just to be on the safe side, in order to somehow maintain some balance. How's our population looking? We're gonna have to do some housing. Okay, so summary of intelligence at the Mackey Monument on Earth. The team followed the train of yellow particles through the vacuum to another section of Atamaki wreckage. It appears we have been at least partially spared from the destruction we have seen elsewhere. The particles came from the crushed and damaged flowers of yellow squash. A bed of these frozen plants surrounds a large bronze sculpture, a depiction of Earth crowded with laurels. Many messages have been left near the sculpture, railing against the perceived enemies of humanity, Dolos and the Ashtengites. Plague at its base reads, adjacent the cynicism that kills hope against the madness which precipitates hell, to perpetuate the genius of humanity and the memory of the life on Earth. There is a compartment beneath the plate in which a sealed time capsule was found. It seems possible it could be opened. Open the time capsule. We're gonna see what we come across.
The sector is being overworked.
That's not good. There was that some mystery. Where is it? Found it. It's quite a lot of stuff in this sector so far. Quite a lot of resources to be extracted so far. I don't see iron to be mined, so we're gonna have to send out a probe in order to potentially come across more iron. Okay, almost done with that. So self-cleaning lubricants upgrade unlocked for waste treatment center. Inside the capsule were toys and other everyday items. Several objects were unknown purpose. There are a packet of newspaper clippings that revealed some of what happened after the Tiquin first entered self-similar space. There was a total collapse of Earth ecosystem, accelerated by the moon's destruction. In response to the United Nations installed a totalitarian government of planetary surveillance to protect the population from eco-terrorists and the continuous waves of pandemics. They prioritized corporate practices that supported the environment and its preservation. Individual responsibility seems to have become paramount. Numerous legal ramifications were implemented to counter any further acceleration of ecosystem destruction. In this time of crisis and guided by the government, society seems to have turned on politicians, extremists, immigrants, and conspiracy theories. One after another, they portrayed them as possible scapegoats, holding them responsible for 250 years of industrialization, market disruption, superficial societal practice, moral decay, and hyper-consumerism. The Atamaki was to be the great arc, the global project that will have save humanity. Only those deemed well-behaved in the eyes of government would be allowed on board. The Ashtenagi fanatics of mysticism and proponents of genetic manipulation were left behind on Earth with the deviant and dissidents. Okay, so we're gonna collect our sciencey points. We're gonna be running research after research after research. Insect farm increase. We're gonna do this. I want to see the hull's deterioration whilst moving is reduced by 10%. We're gonna try to go for that. While the waste recycling policies in effect, quarters produce waste at a rate 1 waste per 20 inhabitants over 15 cycle. Houses up to 91 crew members in high quality accommodations. I would probably rather go for that. Stockpile medium stores up to 330 units of a single resource. Absolutely yes. Yes. That's what I want. Unfortunately, we're now dealing with the waste. Okay, now at least we're able to compensate for the alloys. So we're gonna have to do something with this food, but seriously, we need to do this research for the storage. That's gonna be absolute game changer. 330 per 1 storage is gonna be brutal. Sector 3 needs more morale boost or more happiness overall. So I'm gonna have to take a look at what potentially can be done. Bound by the lunacism, provides stability in sector. So depending on what we have, that's gonna help us out. Stockpile medium, go for it. It's gonna be an absolute game changer. Crux B42. Okay, let's go to collapsed food production district. There might be something useful there. Cryopods, hold on.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
It's gonna be the last thing we need. Carbon is gonna be important for us because polymers. Electronics can be gathered by this guy. Mining. I don't know if I should establish a production of silicon also in the 3rd sector. Hard for me to tell right now.
A violent strike has started on board the Tiquin.
We're gonna go for additional
An accident has occurred in the Tiquin.
bonus. Okay, so summary of intelligence on Atamaki wreckage. Our sensors have located a section of the Atamaki drifting in the vacuum of space. Our initial readings are registering a lot of organic debris. Transmission from Copernicus team. We are on site. This part of the Atamaki was responsible for the ship's food production. Production was divided into 2 zones, vegetable and animal. We have also identified a self-contained area generating a heat signature. The area is small, but it's not impossible that some survivors may be sheltering there. Investigate the vegetable zone, animal pens, make a cautious approach towards the self-contained area, and basically breach the self-contained area. Leave the wreckage food. Let's go with the make a cautious approach towards the whatever region. We're starting to see also some silicon is already over here. Not even sure how that came to be, since I'm quite sure I did not actually send out a probe into that region. There's additional silicon to be extracted, lots of carbon. You can potentially gather alloy. So let's do that. Our 2 ships from the 3rd sector are going to be able to pick it up. We're going to be able to use it.
A probe has completed its scan.
So our storage capability should be up. We should be able to house even more crew members for meals. And then we're gonna do something. Food production speed is increased by 30%. So, drilling of ice will need to happen. Working conditions, there's very high risk of injuries, huh? Let's send some population from Sector 2 to Sector 3. And we're gonna start defrosting. I cannot start defrosting. I will need to construct. Oh, so stockpile medium is this size. Damn. Okay, okay. I see what you did there. If I'll be able to replace this. We're looking at potential upgrades here. Large group of things. Let's decommission this. This is gonna be storing this. It'll require electronics, which we luckily do possess. Plenty of alloys to go around.
Population transfer complete.
We're gonna need ice. And I'm thinking we're gonna need the silicon.
A sector is being overworked.
We're gonna start shipping people from Sector 1 to Sector 2 and 3. So, mining. We need ice. And we need ice. Because then I can make the factory for electronics. Now over here we can set up the workshop for the food. This one is gonna be done soon. Then we're gonna have to move on to the next thing. We will need, however, solar panels. Let's go for it. Before we get the nuclear power plant and everything, we need to do also something in regards to our trust, because we're suffering in that department quite heavily. You know what? I'm already starting to think electronics. We have lots of those. Let's ship those out, since they're going to be required for the storage. If I will be able to relocate this, it will be helpful as hell.
An accident has occurred in the Tiquin.
Problem is now how to reaccommodate all of this. I need to relocate these 2 stockpiles so that I can clear out this. So this can house polymers for the time being. Just have to ship out everything, which takes time. Are we bringing in the ice? That's my question. Right now the cargo hold is full of this. What about the electronics? Are they being shipped out? So now they should be moving out from this sector, reaching this location. I'll have to change around the storage units. Let's do the polymers in here. Let's turn off the polymers in here. And once this one is empty, we're gonna be able to put in like a storage for something else. So decommission. Please do this a little bit faster. It is really annoying. Are we making ice already or not? Where's the problem? Is it that we have not discovered any ice? There's carbon and iron. I need ice, and I'm quite sure there's somewhere a larger deposit of this stuff. Whoa! I cannot pass on to not mine that iron.
A new request awaits your attention.
Okay, so what do we have? 2 crew members were killed. Investigate the vegetable zone now. The lack of the ship crew members, that's a little unfortunate. We discovered ice. We have, so it should be mined. Should be gathered by the ships. Let's switch the priority, see if that's gonna help us out. Okay, we have another strike in this sector. You guys are really driving me nuts. Let's restore the hull's integrity. Okay, so what I want to do, maybe decommission these 2. In their place, we're gonna build the large storage.
A probe has completed its scan.
For the alloy. That's gonna allow me to disassemble this one. And try to put in, maybe here we're gonna store food. We're gonna decommission this one for food.
A science ship team has completed a task.
So over here, alloys.
A violent strike has started on board the Tiquin.
Shut up, guys. Come on, I'm trying my best here. You guys are really not helping out.
An accident has occurred in the Tiquin.
If we take apart these 2, we're gonna be able to then do additional things. Science. What I wanted to do is solar panels, heat recovery. Production is increased by 5%. Okay, let's think. Structural repositioning, steel mills, alloy development. Power cost is reduced by 4. Battery tier 2, which would mean probably larger battery. Storage optimization. Docking base can store 20% more resources. Nice. Tiquin moves faster. Suspended beds. More beds can be housed. Domotic quarters. Let's go with that thing. It's gonna help us out quite a lot. Let's start defrosting some of these popsicles for a bit. Once this is empty, please get it empty. I will be able to move forward. So, drilling through several layers of debris, the Copernicus team finally reached the vegetable production area. They were greeted by the floating corpses of UN soldiers and crew. A few district workers seem to have reached emergency cryopods before depressurization. Hydroponic technology was used aboard the Atamaki to grow fruits and vegetables in large vertical aisles. Recovered yields report detail how hierarchical rationing reserved the rarest of foods for higher-ranking crew members. Although the remaining food production facilities are unusable, a few intact storage containers were found by the team. Retrieved resources have been prepared for extraction. Personalized instruction upgrades unlocked for farms. Okay, let's go with the animal pens. So iron is over there. We need to find some ice. Ice. There's silicon and ice. Not really sure if we have any ice in the storage yet or not. You guys are just messing with me here, right? We don't have right now storage for ice, which is the biggest pickle, which I'm dealing with. If I build the storage cargo in here, it's gonna be dedicated to food, so I can decommission this one. And then I'll have to mess around with the electronics and the other stuff.
A probe has completed its scan.
If I will be able to remove these two, I'll be able to do some damage. These two are still not helping me out here. How's the hull integrity? We're restoring it, so there's that. But the problem is gonna be the lack of people and the lack of stability. So we have Lunacism Memorial, so we can go and buff the happiness of that district. We're gonna have to do something about this district as well. No, you cannot store that in there. And once it's been moved out, we're gonna be able to proceed and move it over here. Decommission. Order for me to do this. I'm quite sure the larger batteries will also require a larger amount of space. But I really need to get some ice in here. Okay, so the production area has been gutted for several hundred meters. The huge amount of floating carcasses has made it difficult for the team to differentiate between what is animal and what is not. The team did find several working cryopods and have prepared these for extraction. Production seems mainly to have been galliform. There are signs that rarer meats were produced. The Copernicus team wished to specifically note that they have found cryopods containing a dog. The owner seems to have decided that the animal's life was more important than their own. Their corpse hangs onto the pod. Creepy. Provide a new home for the dog. Let's go for that. We can use a mascot, I guess. And I will turn off this in order for us to get the ice. Some of it has been already extracted, so we can start production of the crop farm and the construction of it. Science. Okay, so let's go with the lunacism, or what you call it. Science ship keep extracting the science points. We kind of need those. The third region is angry, which is not helping me. Administrator, I did not expect this decision. Would remind you that Dolo's regulations prohibit animals on board of Tiquin. I do postulate, however, that the animal's presence may be good for crew morale. Leave the wreckage of food production district. Man's best friend achievement has been unlocked, so that's nice. We're gonna return our science vehicle so that the Copernicus can get back the crew that they so desperately need. Are you guys like messing with me, or what's going on in here? Is it due to this massive amount of stored iron? Let's start to ship this out into here.
Thanks for attention.
Maybe that's the issue why we aren't capable of getting in additional resources. What we have here is Conatus Memoriam. Let's go with that. That's gonna help us out slightly. 100 crew members will be moved from Sector 1 to Sector 3 to address this. Okay. Are they gonna move by themselves or do I need to do it manually? I'm gonna have to do it manually. Awesome. Now these things should be able to house more structures, if I understand it correctly. Population. Okay, so we can build even larger structures. So let's decommission these two. I know it's a harsh thing to do, but it needs to be done. I want to do the domotic quarters. We do have the electronics and everything, so hush. It's gonna work out. I'm gonna have to get somehow ice in here.
A violent strike has started on board the
Shut up, shut up. I know you guys are unhappy, but we need to switch things around. And once this is done and we're going to be able to house this super high quantity of population, I'll be even able to start moving the population from Sector 1 to Sector 3. Administrator, inconsistencies were detected within crew members of DLC records. After reviewing the data, I have found that the crew member is actually a dog, a Borzoi to be exact. I have not discovered how it came to be on board. Its mere presence violates several health protocols. I will say that it does need to be providing extremely beneficial for crew morale. A decision must be made concerning animal's fate. Respect sanitary. Officially recognize the dog as a member of the crew. I am not freaking killing a dog, goddammit. Not a chance. Okay, once these two are constructed, our housing crisis is resolved. This thing is able to house a much higher number of population. And with this, we're going to be able to benefit from having the genetic Conatus Memoriam in here. Now, what we need to do is address our ice conundrum. I think these two can remain as they are. But I will, however, need to put down a larger storage for food and a cargo hold for ice. The problem is the spacing of this thing. It's driving me nuts because it does not really go that well. If I do it like this, and we are maintaining this size of the district, or of the central structure, or whatever you want to call it. We're still researching the tech because we have 0 science points. So let's send our ship to Kruk B. That's 44 science points alone.
An accident has occurred in the Tiquin.
Homelessness still needs to be addressed. We're gonna have to start shipping out people. So we need to send out 100 crew members from Sector 1 to Sector 3. So that's a lot of people. And we're gonna need better housing in order to accommodate this. We can do one cell housing over here. Electronics are accessible, all the other ports are accessible. We need to prioritize this in order for us to store in ice. And here we're gonna store food. Worker shortages are through all the sectors. Please dismantle the two stupid structures already.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
And of course, I have absolutely nowhere to store alloys, or this is already full. Are you extracting the science points? Yes, you are. So let's wait out at Croc CP before we do anything, because the science points are gonna be necessary in order for us to finish the research once the waste has been purged. We have lots of polymers, so if I would be able to ship them out, it would help me out. There's large quantity of iron.
Population transfer complete.
Now we're gonna have homelessness and hunger. Okay, ice is being shipped out, so to do the massive crop farm, just gonna burn through a hell of a lot of alloys. Please start. So that we can concentrate on building it. And crop farm. Food production speed is increased by 30%. The thing is, I do believe that it's essential for you to decommission the less effective structures in the older sectors and focus on making sure that you will be able to provide what is necessary for the older sectors by reaccommodating the resources, the housing, and all this other nonsense. So if I would decommission all of these, it would be helpful, but the problem is my cargo storage is already chock full of alloys. So what we can theoretically do, hear me out, turn off this, focus on this, and make sure that when it comes to the alloys, we're gonna ship out such a large quantity of this stuff. No, not from Sector 1, god damn it. I need it from Sector 2. And Sector 3 cannot have alloys activated. I really don't like the logistics in the game. It can mess around the things quite a lot. But okay, if we now shut down the food storage over here, decommission the road, and I go ahead and build the crop farm. It has 3, 6, 8, 9 tiles accessible. This is more than enough. Mushroom wall is this size. But we would need waste in order for us to utilize the mushroom wall. Trying to go for the most efficient layout, but I'm kind of struggling here because Just don't see it happening right now. We need to get this first section up and running before we run out of food officially. I'm not sure why Sector 3 is hungry. We do have everything we require. Have we shipped out the necessary alloys in here? I need to clear out the locations. Okay, hold on. So we're gonna shut down the production.
An accident has occurred in the Tiquin.
This is driving me nuts right now. If I will be able to decommission these two. Let's do this. Turn up the storage here. Put silicon in here. Okay, now. Come on, don't do that. 9 of them can be built. Theoretically means we can put a small battery up in here. This thing can be decommissioned as we can research potentially the medium-sized battery. Charging speed, no. Stores up to 300 power. The thing is, we will require additional science points. So let's go Crux CP. Summary of intelligence on Crux CP scans. Our probe has detected signal originating from the chain of mountains that border on acidic ocean on P38. Transmission from the Copernicus team. This is the Copernicus crew. We are currently in orbit of P38. The planet possesses a highly corrosive atmosphere that will be little room for improvisation once we touch down. We must establish a search protocol now. We do know that the signal is transmitting from beneath a mountain. Alternatively, we could focus on analyzing material samples in order to improve our understanding of planet like P38. So ignore the signal and focus on sample collection, perform topographical analysis, bore through the mountain. We'll drill beneath the mountain and attempt to reach origin of signal. Copernicus team will perform detailed topographical analysis of the mountain range in order to find a route through the signal's origin. So let's go with that first. Maybe we'll come across some sciencey points along the way, who knows? This will burn through most of our alloys. If I'll be able to relocate these, it will allow me to put in the medium-sized storage. We're gonna need to gather ice also over here because we're starting to run almost dry, which will shut down our crop farm.
The team has completed a task.
This is the Copernicus crew. The signal was transmitted from an abandoned subterranean complex. By breaching it, we have unfortunately allowed the corrosive atmosphere of P38 inside. We estimate that the complex was built within the last 20 years. We do not recognize the iconography of its exterior. The technology inside does seem human-made, and there are signs that it was once inhabited. There's still a little time before P38 corrosive atmosphere eats through the Copernicus hull and landing gear. We do not think we will be able to explore the entire site, but we have identified several places of interest. Investigate tank room, investigate command center, and investigate field operations area. But you were supposed to scan it, goddammit. How the hell did you breach it? I don't understand. That's so stupid. Area of compound seems to have server computer logistics center. By inspecting the various terminals, my team might be able to learn more about the facility. Former occupants team discovered large hangar that appears to have been used by ship storage and maintenance. Examination of this area could tell us more about the purpose of P-38 complex. Team has located a large room within the complex containing numerous empty tanks. They will collect residue samples and carry to technical analysis. Let's go with the field. The field purpose. How's the happiness in our... Need to buff the happiness somehow even more. We have more trust. How's integrity is holding steadily, which I'm super happy about. This will be dedicated to this. And we will store this in there. Which means I will shut down these two. I will need a larger food silo.
A science ship team has completed a task.
If I theoretically move the iron,
An accident has occurred in the Tiquin.
it will liberate the space in here. Okay. Screw it, let's do iron. Do not allow iron storage over there. This thing is gonna burn through water like no other. But that should be able to accommodate those stupid surplus of food. No idea what this is going to be used for yet, but I'll have to relocate the polymers and everything else. I need to free up space in here, otherwise the ships won't be able to haul in any additional cargo. This is still pissing me off over here. How's our housing? 489. I'm gonna disassemble these two. I'm gonna try to accommodate the bigger structures or the better structures. I'm gonna shut down the alloy facility for a while. I know that we have plenty of iron. I can stop storing iron over here. I can put the polymers to be stored in here so that they are relocated. Or let's put in the iron so that we liberate this from here. And decommission this, because it's seriously obstructing me and it's driving me nuts. Come on, cancel this finally. God damn it, it's driving me nuts. I want it out of here.
Has occurred in the Tiquin.
Once this is gone, we're gonna do the bigger houses, the better houses. Sector 1 has housing crisis. Hopefully the alloys are gonna free up some of this pesky space. So please remove the stock of the polymers. Is there an upgrade for the workshop? I have not even paid attention. High quality lubricants. Mech construction buildings 25%. Power overlords have lower chance of generating accidents. Mech repair buildings 25% faster. All of these are quite nice. Now, we will require science points. So what do we get? 110 points. The team identified the area as sealed landing bay, once home to several craft and different sizes. Signs of EKP travel were found of a type much more advanced than anything we ever came across so far. The team also found traces of organic matter and blood. Some of this was salvageable, and sample analysis revealed that several species seem to have passed through the area. All DNA samples showed some structural similarity to that of humans. It seems likely that this complex was used as a test site for the introduction of species into P30 ecosystem. Investigate the tank room. Investigate the command center. 110 science points alone. I'm not sure if I'll lose Copernicus by staying there for so long.
No more resources available to mine.
You guys are driving me up the wall, you know that. I need to clear this out. Yeah, we're shipping in iron. This is driving me nuts.
The team has completed a task.
Really haven't helped myself here. We need larger storage for food and larger storage for alloy. So that's 2 more. No idea where to put them. Okay, let's try this. If I'll be able to liberate this location. I can put in the medium-sized storage for food or alloys so that we can get rid of some of this stuff. This is driving me nuts. Okay, let's take a look at it. Ice, we are so far solid. Carbon, we don't need. Silicon over here, yes. Don't have any iron to mine. Gonna have to look for it. Our cargo ships are already traveling to this location, despite the fact that I haven't really done any research into it. Okay, so Copernicus team managed to extract an intact data drive that was still installed within the center's infrastructure. The disk was heavily encrypted, and a significant percentage of its data has been corrupted. However, the data that was accessible was proven very useful. The complex was created by the Ixion gents. Their text appears to use a language derived from Esperanto, and the logs they have left behind are extremely precise. They suggest their authors possessed an uncommon intelligence and acute sense of self-criticism. Strangely, the organized methodical accounts are occasionally interrupted with mysticism and spiritual remorse. These are seemingly present to justify the results of their Cartesian deduction. The various integrity sensors of the crew's suits and well of those of the Copernicus. Now, my concern is that 100-something science points which were there are going to be removed by the 50. Oh my god, you gotta be shitting me. Seriously? I'm not right now sure if I lost all those science points or if they have been extracted. So now I'll have to wait in order to make sure. Repairs are going to be faster. Then we're going to go with the construction being 25% faster. I hate you for not doing what I want you to do. Why can't you cooperate with me? Is there like lack of road, or what the hell is causing this? Maintenance battery tier 2. Holy fudge, this thing takes up quite the space. Let's accommodate alloy for now. I need to clear out the space in here. If I'll manage to do that, then I can store a large quantity of food in this sector, which will allow me to clear out this. Okay. Let's see how this is gonna work out, and what the hell am I gonna store in here? We need silicon storage. So we can switch to this. And over here we can put in alloy. In order to free up these two, I'll mix it up. You cannot store alloy in here anymore. Food is gonna be relocated as well. So once this has been shipped out, and this has been shipped out, we're gonna have to mess around with things. Decommission. Need to clear out all of that. I'm thinking food now. Yes, decommission. Food over here. This will be done like this. We're running low on the water. Need to ship in some ice.
The sector is being overworked.
Well aware of it. Let's go for the ice for sector 2 right now. There is a lot of silicon to be extracted, but I don't need it right now. Ice were full, so switching off the ice and what would be useful for us right now? Iron, sure. All of these are high priority. I'm not sure what to store in here. I don't really want to store in ice. Electronics, this is iron. Iron is okay. And I have to turn you on in order to start the production of the alloys from all this surplus. Let's put in the silicon. Have to free up space in here. We need ice. Like, seriously. Investigate the tank room now. I really don't know if we lost that initial 100 something science points. That would piss me off, to be honest. Cargo ships move faster. Mining ships mine 20% faster. Some iron, carbon and iron.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The team suits were compromised by P-38 corrosive atmosphere. The team perished while attempting to reach the Copernicus. The ship is no longer functional. Oh crap. What just happened?
The probe has completed its scan.
It's like the... It's like if the goddamn acidic region has shifted. I don't no longer feel safe over here, so we're gonna be...
Entering debris field.
We're still in the debris field. We haven't ran out of battery, that's the important thing. I'm not, however, sure what's gonna happen if I would try to travel through the acidic region with the Tiquin and our current situation, but we're certainly gonna have to do a couple of things. So, we're gonna build another ship. Okay, the benefit here is that I see 2 storages that have been freed up. So not the ice people. We are full on carbon here. We need to do something with these stupid polymers. Alloys are accumulated. Food is stored, but I would like a larger storage. This one is just refusing to cooperate. I don't know if it was because it was powered off or something. Please decommission this freaking structure already. It's driving me up the wall. I'll relocate the polymers. For the love of fucking God, decommission the building. Sector 2 is running low on food, which I do not like one bit. Gonna get some food in here. Gonna have to set up shipment of food. Sector 3, Sector 2. No. This is wrong. Like this. And let's see if this is gonna work out.
An accident has occurred in the Tiquin.
This should allow us to accumulate supplies that we require. The silicon that can be changed, that will be useful. Can be shut down for now because I don't have a use for you. Have accumulated stupid quantities of ice. So ice can be shipped. Food is gonna get shut down. So now they're gonna be able to feed everyone. What else? Crop farms produce more waste. Increased by 40%. Let's go with that. Okay, mess hall. One food can feed 50% more crew members per meal. Why did I not go with that one? So that's gonna be it for now. If you did like the episode, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see how we're gonna continue the adventure and me trying to mess around with the hull's interior, because this is really the world's most annoying Tetris so far, then make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I'll see you all at the next one. Thank you all for watching, and bye-bye for now. And these batteries are big and chunky. And not in the fun way.
Resources available to mine.